In my personal opinion, when it comes to speakers and earphones, I think one of the most underrated companies I've reviewed to date has to be Eifier. Now, the earphones I'm going to be reviewing today is the Eifier W320TN. And to be honest, these are a really great pair of earbuds. Again, in my personal opinion, I think these are also an underrated pair. Not only that, but they have quality that is compared to even higher end type of earphones. But before I even proceed to these earbuds, just make sure you edify yourself by clicking the subscribe button. So when it comes to the case, I personally just like lighter cases. This case is just over 180 grams, I believe 181 grams. There's the LED indicator at the front, and it's going to be orange when you're charging, obviously green when it's done, and then the pairing button is going to be at the back of the case. Now that's a silky finish, which I don't like for two reasons. One being that it's very slippery, and the second is that honestly, it's just prone to more fingerprints. So moving on to the earbuds themselves, they're also very comfortable. So they have a zero pressure fit. They also have the same fabric as the case. And also a feature I like is on the inside, there is a couple of sensors, and these sensors can tell when you take off the earbuds. And when you do, they'll pause the audio, and when you put them back in, they'll detect that and continue the audio. And each earbud has 3 microphones in total. It's going to be the feedback microphone, the feed forward, and the speaking microphone. And also this earbuds come in Bluetooth 5.3, which is something I always recommend and cannot recommend enough. Bluetooth 5.3 is more efficient for your battery life, and it also provides a much more stable connection, and it's just the latest Bluetooth, which I always recommend, because once you have Bluetooth 5.3, then you know that this is the maximum level output that your earbuds are capable of. Transitioning on, it also has adaptive noise cancellation. In terms of audio quality, it has LDAC and high-res. Now these two are good for making audio as accurate as possible. This isn't lossless, so it's not going to have that level quality type of audio, but it's still going to give you the type of accuracy that you'll still be able to hear the little nuances as if you were in the studio with the artist. So it has 27.5 hours in total of battery life, which that's about average. The good thing is also it has fast charging. So charging for 10 minutes will give you 1 hour in exchange. Fast charging is a feature that I would also recommend for earphones, and just in general, it's just more efficient if you're in a hurry. One of the most underrated features I think for earphones is double connection. So basically the ability to connect to 2 different devices at once without having to disconnect from Bluetooth to connect to the other. The reason I think this is one of the most underrated features is because it saves you a lot of time in the long run if you think about it. The way I measure the quality of being able to connect to 2 devices is how quick it is to be able to discern which device is playing. And honestly, with these earphones, it's basically distant. If you play the audio on one other device, it's going to switch over, and if you play audio on the other device, it's going to switch over pretty much with no delay from my testing. For Android users, it has Google Fastpair, so this will basically just also save you extra bit of time just by connecting much faster to your device. If you're an iPhone, it's still going to connect just fast, but not as fast as it would if you were on an Android device. Now, one of the head-turning things about these earphones is that instead of touch capacitive or even having just ordinary buttons, these have pinch features. So instead of placing your finger on your ear or even pressing the buttons, which could fiddle the earbuds in your ear, you just press the sides and you could play your music, press the sides to fast forward and skip. Now, whether or not this is a gimmick, to be honest, I don't think so. Just personally for the fact that it actually just feels natural as soon as you get the hang of it. So once your muscle memory just adjusts to it, then it just feels natural each and every time. I'm also someone who doesn't use apps. I'm not an audiophile like that. As soon as I get my earphones or my headphones, I just use them just raw the way they are, but you can also use the app for these. Just download the Eifier app and you can go ahead and connect and play with the equalizer and other features about the earphones in that way. There's also 6 whole levels of ambience you can choose from for versatility, so you can play with the earphones as best as you want and as you see fit. Something I found really disappointing is this is IP54 water resistance. So this is not the best at water resistancy. Even heavy rain could ruin these earphones, let alone getting them submerged. Not that these should have been IPX7 water resistance, for example. At the bare minimum, these have a risk factor if you drop them in water or you go out and it's a rainy day. Okay, so at this point with these earphones, the only thing I think that matters is the audio quality and how it performs. When it comes to audio, this is one of the reasons why I think Eifier personally is underrated. The sound is really accurate, and I've reviewed the Samsung Galaxy Buds, and these earphones in recent memory from all that I've reviewed is the only pair that reminds me of the Samsung Galaxy Buds. Now if you watch my review of the Galaxy Buds, one of the things I raved about is how comfortable they were and how accurate and clear the audio sounded. To date, I think Samsung makes one of the best earphones, most underrated, most non-talked about earphones on the market. Likewise, in recent memory, some of the best earbuds I've reviewed. And on top of that, it's also LDAC compatible. From my testing, I didn't run into anything that made me think the audio on these earphones are anywhere near mid. So my final verdict on these earphones is that they're the best earphones I've used in recent memory, or at least I should say in 2023. Now, the only downsides I'd say is, of course, the case. I don't like that it gets so fingerprinting. If that changed, I think it would be a much better and easier pitch to recommend to people. But at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. What do you think of these earphones? Are you gonna get a pair, or are you thinking of getting a pair? Let me know. I'm Jadija, and I'm out.